Thank you very much, my friend and brother, Wanakibiru, the leadership of Equity Bank, Wings to Fly Scholars. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Robert Masese, and when I introduce myself to people, I say, you are my business, because what I think about, those I work for, are yourselves. You normally receive support grants from the Ministry of Education, and that I normally work for the government to ensure that that money reaches you in the schools where you study. So I'm very happy to be here to talk to you, and maybe give the apology of the Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who couldn't make it this morning because he knew the right person to send here. All right? Yeah, so he's not able to come. And would you rather have Matiang'i come, or would you rather deal with your employer who is ready to employ 1,700? It is money or the box. Both. You can't have both. Njia panda ilimshinda nani? Fisi. Njia panda ilimshinda fisi. So it's you guys to choose. So when I was asked to talk briefly about leadership and integrity, I know there have been many speakers who have talked to you, and somebody must have made attempts or even given you what the understanding of leadership is, or what a leader is. But when I did a quick browse, I saw a leader to be defined as a person or a thing that holds a dominant or a superior position within its field and is able to exercise a high degree of control or influence over others. Is that you? Is that you? That you are a person who holds a dominant position and a superior position, where the village where you come from, you are different from others. You are outstanding. That's why you were picked by Equity Foundation to be educated for the good of this country, a resource, the cream of that society where you come from. Equity Bank sent its manager to come and pick you. It doesn't matter whether your mother walks barefoot. Hello? It doesn't matter whether your father walks barefoot. You are the best there. You are picked from there. Superior, dominant, influential, self-controlled. You. That's why you are picked to benefit from this support. Somebody told me that hyenas hide in sugarcane plantations. They only see sugarcane plantations as forests where to hide in the day. They don't know that sugarcane is what? Is sweet. Hello? Hyenas hide where? Sugarcane plantations. They don't know that sugarcane is sweet, that sugar is made from sugarcane. You are in Equity support. You are under the Equity Foundation support. Make sure that you don't behave like that hyena that is living in a sugarcane plantation and they think it's a forest. Benefit from it. I was where you are in 1976. Where were you? Hello? I was in Form 4 at St. Joseph's High School, Kitale, in 1976. In Form 4, like you. Where were you? You are not even an idea. Yes? So when I see you, I see myself in 1976. I don't know how many years those are. 2017, my 1976. How many years? I even know that your dad is not that age yet. So when I did my Form 4 exam, I don't know whether I'm tiring you because I can hear mamas. Is it because you don't want my story? When I did my Form 4 exam in 1976, I got a first division, Division 1. Division 1 is equivalent to an airplane. I got an airplane equivalent of today, Division 1. There was Division 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, the 9s. So when I got my Division 1 and I went home, I wasn't from a rich background. Did I fail to get a first division because I was from a poor background? It doesn't matter where you come from. I got a first division. And in my class, I had fellows, sons of rich people, provincial commissioners, guys who were brought to school in cars and so forth. But of course, they didn't get the Division 1. I got it. And when I got my research slip from school, I went home. I didn't know that my father was so happy that he got energy. He came to tell me later. Because my dad, this is my life story. My dad was a builder. He used to build for people. And he built for people and he gets money and pays my fees, which he used to pay in small amounts. You are lucky if your father is rich. I wasn't. So he came to tell me that he used to ride his bicycle because he had a bike. After building the whole day, he used to ride his bicycle from where he used to build home. And between where he used to build and home was a very steep hill. Steep. You can't ride a bike uphill. But he confessed to me that he doesn't know what happened to him. He just found himself riding the bike from where he was building non-stop until he gets home and puts his bicycle there. He could ride his bicycle uphill without getting tired. He told me. Just because the son of a poor man has gotten a what? A first division. You can also do the same. You can work, particularly when you have gotten somebody who is giving you support. So all I'm saying is there's power in the humble background where many of you come from. I know a number of you are from a humble background. There is something good about it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. There is something beautiful about coming from a poor background. When you come from a poor background, it gives you reason to work because you don't have anything. If you are the son of a minister, if you are the son of the director of HR of Equity Bank, why would you want to work anyway? Because everything is there. Even the cars are more than the number of people in the home. Are you getting what I'm saying? Even you can also see your car already parked there, even when you're in school. I saw a certain boy in another home, a small boy was saying, ile ni ya mami, ile ni ya daddy. Anajaribu kuangalia mtu mwingine mwenye atachukua hii nyingine anaona ni nani? Ni yeye, anasema na ile ni yangu. You, when you come from a poor background, you have reason and purpose to work. I know some of you are in school, your siblings are at home because your mom and dad cannot afford to have the two of you in school or the three of you in school. So they are waiting for you to finish school Form 4 this year so that your brother can now go back to school. Because even when they passed KCPE, they were told to do what? To repeat for you to finish so that they can go to school. So there's something good about coming from a poor background because it gives you purpose and reason to work. You have reason to work because you have nothing to inherit. You must make it yourself. So I want to talk to you because sometimes people Some of you young people don't want to reveal where you come from because you think being poor is a sin. It's not. It should be a platform for you to leap forward, and particularly when you get somebody supporting you. You have been picked, I've already said, from your homes, from your villages, from your communities, because you are most outstanding. And therefore society looks forward to you. When you leave this place and go back home, the other children at home will look to you for direction. When they want to know how things should be done, they look to you. So you give leadership. You don't have to be a school prefect for you to be a leader. You can be a leader by way you do things. Other children copy the right example. We say you're a leader. Therefore, my expectation is that as you get the support you get from the Equity Group Foundation, you will make use of the opportunity. Do not become the hyena that lives in the sugarcane plantation without knowing that sugarcane is sweet. You must be awake. Therefore, it's my expectation that you take your studies very seriously so that you can achieve this which you are promising. You maintain a high level of personal integrity, even in the face of economic hardship, even in the face of challenge. You refuse to be compromised in examinations, for example. In the recent past, we have had problems of cheating in national exams. But it has taken students to point out, even in their answer booklet, they're writing to the examiner and saying, even as I'm writing my answer, I can see my neighbor here is having a piece of paper. So when the examiner is marking, he gets a message from somebody of integrity, a leader, who is in the exam room saying, check student XYZ. Yes, sir, I'm a Kenya. He's cheating in exams. Even as I'm writing this paper, our teacher was revising with us this paper this morning. Will you do that? Yes, that is what I expect. Because you are different. And whatever you have earned it. And you are not ready to take things which come without sweat. So you say, even as I do this paper this morning, our teacher was revising this paper. So you stand out. Even when you are in that school of yours, and your teachers, your games master or a mistress hires a player from the village to come and play for your school to win. And after you win, the school slaughters a bull for you. When that villager is playing for your school, you can say to the referee, that boy there is not a student of this school. In fact, they had to shave his beard before coming to play for us. That is a measure of integrity, so that we do not allow ourselves to compromise. And therefore, you must be persons or leaders, people who give light and hope to others. You should desist from declaring that you have no parents when the truth is that you have them. I have had to deal with the cases of some students who cheat. When they are filling those forms you fill at the branches, saying, how many are you in your family? You say, we are 15. How many of your brothers have finished school? 8 of them have dropped out because of poverty. And then on one of the days during visiting, one of your brothers arrives to come and see you in a car. They have forgotten what you did what? What you declared. Be truthful. Do not cheat. Because those cheats are very short paths. In one of my schools, when I was a principal, we used to teach computer. Computer was one of the subjects. So we could prepare our report forms at the end of the term by computer. The teachers go there, they enter the marks, then they print out the report form for the students. Some of the boys whom we were teaching computer also developed their skills in computer. So when we prepare report forms, they go into the computer room and prepare their own report forms also. Huh? Those were the ones who are not bright. But the bright ones, are you seeing the bright ones? They could sneak out and go to a cyber and prepare a report form saying, mathematics, 80, excellent. English, 95, they prepare. And then because they thought they could sign like the principal, myself, they sign there and say, good boy, keep it up. Then they carry the report form home. And when they come from school, get home, their mothers cannot see anything else when the boys are entering from the gate. They cannot see their teeth because they are smiling. They are with the report form at hand. Mom, here I am. And when the mother sees, she's very excited. She says, my son, you're not going to eat this ugali of this house. Let's go to town. Chips, chicken. Right? Chips, chicken. Unfortunately for them, when I was sitting in the office, I got a call from that cyber place where they were doing the report form and said, Masese, are you aware? Because when the boy was busy typing on the computer and putting 80, 95, somebody passed behind him and saw what was on the screen. And he saw the school name. He just went away like he had not seen. So he called and said, Masese, are you aware of your boy, George XYZ, or Form 4N? You know, he was making a report for me here. So what I did is I called the parent and told him, Mzee, I want to see you, please come. Come with the report form of your son. Akasema, Mwalimu, I'm a very excited parent. I'm very happy with the work you're doing in that school. Can you imagine my son George is at the top of the class? Can you imagine? I said, do you come? Yes, I'm coming. So he came with his report form, the one the son had given him. When he had asked for the report form to come to school, the son was busy complaining and saying, what is wrong with this school? Why would they call parents over the holidays? So when the parent came to school, he put his report form on the table and also put mine on there. The genuine one which we had prepared. So the Mzee, he almost wanted to fall down in the office because this guy has not only squandered his fees, he has also eaten the old man's money in terms of chicken and chips because of the treats he has been getting, because of the good performance. So you have to be a leader of integrity. If you are busy manufacturing a report form to go and cheat, are there any cheats here? Are there any cheats amongst us? We can't take it from you. Ensure that you earn that which is right for you. Again, you must be transparent. You have to be a person of integrity. That which you cannot do in the day, don't do it at night. I mean, don't do things because we are seeing you. Do things because you know they are the right things to do. Sometimes when I'm going out of my house to town, I find a heap of litter. Somebody comes with a truck and pours it on the roadside. At what time? At night. He can't do it in the day, but he can do it at night. If you are that kind of person, you can be sure that you're fake. Therefore, it's my expectation as leaders that you be real. That which you cannot do in the day, don't do it at night. That which you cannot do when people are there, Don't do it when you're alone. If you know that you're going to do something because people are not there, then you know that you are not a person of integrity. The other thing I wanted to mention briefly, because I know time is of essence, is that you must live within your means. I know that you learn, or you're in schools where children are from different backgrounds. Some of us may not be very well endowed. Our parents may not be having a lot, although I'm aware that Equity Bank supports you. Some of them come with lots of money. Some of them are able to buy bread every tea break, and you cannot afford to do it because you may not have the money. Stop copying them. Live within your means. The moment you start copying your friends whose parents may be well off, you'll find that you'll be strained and you'll end up doing the wrong things. You'll end up becoming a thief, because how will you sustain those kind of things, that kind of lifestyle, unless you steal from your friends, unless you start breaking into boxes of other students, unless you start stealing books from classes to go and sell so that you can be able to live like others. So live within your means. And in any case, you are already well supported. Living beyond your means, living a lifestyle beyond yourself, leads to jealousy. Living beyond your means erodes your self-confidence when you're trying to copy somebody instead of being copied, because you are the leader. Did you get that from the beginning? That you are leaders, you set the pace for others to copy. So you live within your means. Don't copy other people, because when you copy them, some of them are living lifestyles beyond your capacity to afford. And it kind of erodes your self-esteem when you want to copy somebody and live like them. You feel that you are not good enough. You feel inferior. Can you refuse to feel inferior? Can you refuse to copy somebody and be yourself? And as I wind up, love and pride in your background. Love and pride in your background. When somebody asks you where are you coming from, you should be able to say where you come from. You don't behave like that young man who was trying to cheat a girl, telling her, you see, when you look at me like this, I'm not a joke, come on. Even my home is around here. Let's go to the hill, maybe it's where you can be able to see my home. And when they climb to the hill, he points at the tiled house across there. And you see that one. No, not the red one. I mean this one on this side. That's my home. Living a false life. Refusing to accept your status. Wanting to be somebody else, which you are not. So love your background and pride in it. When I was the principal in Nairobi School, a boy came to me at around 4 o'clock. He was from Marsabit. That time we didn't have a road from a tarmac road from Marsabit. And he came to me at around 4 or 5 o'clock and said, "Sir, I want to go home now. I want to go home now. My mother is sick." Around 5 o'clock. Then I told the boy, "Kijana, can you read the school rules? The school rules say no students can leave school after 4 because it's too late, it's dangerous, you can be hurt on the way." He said, "Sir, I want to go home. My mother is sick." I told him, "Kijana, you know you are talking to the principal. The school rules say no going home after 4. Can you see me tomorrow?" Told me, "Sir, I want to go home. My mother is sick. If you say no, I'll say yes to myself and go." So we argued with this boy for a long time. "I want to go home now. My mother is sick. Because there's a lorry at Isli that's leaving tonight, going to Marsabit. I must go home and see my mother. Then I say to myself, I can't win this one. So I called the school driver. Because we had argued for a long time, it was almost now getting dark. It's about 6. So I had no choice. I called the school driver, and they told him to take that boy to Isli with a watchman so that they can get the lorry that was going to Marsabit so that he can go home and see the mother. Hello? Yes. Home is best. Your mom is the best. Whether she walks barefoot or not. That's your mother. Hello? Yes. It doesn't matter what she looks like. Even if she lives in a grass-thatched house, even you sleep on the floor when school closes. That's home. That's your mom. That's your background. You must pride in it. I gave that boy that vehicle. Who was the winner? He won. He was the winner. Because you know, he had challenged me. If you tell me no, sir, I'll say yes to myself and go. But I knew if I said no, and he goes away, he will not come back. And I wanted that boy to finish that school. So I cooperated. He went home, he came back, he finished. He's somebody, I don't want to tell you details, you can easily track him down and know who he is. He's somebody in Kenya today. Pride in your parents. Pride in your home. Because that is where you belong. Thank you very much. I want to wish you very well and may God bless you.
Director Masese said he is also representing